Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Anthony with Hands Down Lawn and Landscape again. Just wanted to make another quick video. We're talking about different things. Obviously, this whole YouTube for me is just a way to let people know this is how I started my business. This is some of the mistakes I made, some of the mistakes you don't have to make. One thing I would say plus for me is that I bought my mowers used. You know, a lot of people out here, they're just starting out and they're like, all right, I'm able to get a loan to buy this $8,000 lawnmower, this $12,000, $15,000 lawnmower. And if you feel comfortable doing that, if you have the work lined up that's going to pay for that, you know, I could probably see doing it. But if you're mechanically inclined at all, obviously me personally, I would start out with something used, something. I bought 5 mowers at one time, you know, and I spent a fraction. I mean, like nowhere near what even one of them cost for all 5 of them. Just so we're on the same page, I got a Skag Turf Tiger 61-inch. With a roll bar on it, bravely, with hydraulic up and down for the deck. 54-inch John Deere. It's a zero turn, like one of those Z-Tracks or whatever it is. Everything's the motor's back here, and everything else is kind of out front. I also bought a snapper. It was like a 52-inch. You know, me personally, I didn't like that mower a whole lot. I really didn't put a whole lot of money into it. I did buy a new engine for it, but it was something used. It was a smaller, you know, it was a commercial mower, but just not as pricey as the rest, say it that way. I ended up trading that off. It's just straight across deal, just for a Ranger. And like I said, I got all these mowers at a fraction of the cost of what even one of those mowers would have cost. Unfortunately, when I bought them, I had to replace 3 complete engines. And if anybody knows anything about getting an engine replaced on a Skag 61-inch Turf Tiger, you know, it's definitely pricey. It's definitely pricey. It is not. Would I've been a little scared to probably purchase those beforehand? So I would say, yeah, definitely do your research. Because if I'd have known how much the motors would have been costing me to get them repaired, to get these, you know, up to snuff where they need to be, I probably would have not made that purchase, to be honest. But I'm glad I made that purchase. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm glad I made it. Because like I said, it was a fraction of the cost of what even one of those mowers cost. Now I have a completely brand new motor on a Skag Zero Turf Tiger 61-inch. So I'm happy with it. You know, it'll definitely come in handy. Like I said, I don't regret getting either one of the mowers. You know, obviously, like I said, the price of that engine was kind of pricey. I put a brand new motor also on the Gravely. And one thing for you people, you know, anybody out there that's like, you know what, like, you know, them engines are expensive. They're, you know, you look at the first price that comes up online, and you're like, hey, you know, they want $4,000 for his motor. That really? Well, here's the thing. For half that cost, about half that cost, you can get what they call a short block. A short block is just the main parts, your pistons, your crankcase, everything's already there. You're just bolting the heads on and all the miscellaneous, like the part that your oil filter screws onto, you know, some hoses, some you know, obviously if you have electric start, your starter, you know, just the parts on the outside of the main body of the motor, and that will literally like cut your price in half just by doing it. Obviously, you can't do that if you had a cylinder blowout and messed up the heads on your motor. If your heads on your small engine are messed up, that's not really an option. You're probably going to have to go in either. There's a couple ways you can go about it. You can either buy the whole engine because you need the heads in the hull anyway, or you can still go online, find somebody that has those heads at a reasonable price. Make no mistake, the heads are still expensive by themselves. So I would definitely, do your research. Like I said, I didn't do my research fully like I should have, but I'm confident in my know-how of small engines or engines in general. So I knew I wouldn't run into an issue. I knew I wouldn't have a problem. Whatever needs to be fixed, I would be able to fix it. So there was no complications there. Like I said, I have other jobs. One of my other jobs, fortunately, I work for a rental house. I work for a rental company. We rent heavy equipment. So I get some pretty major discounts through that company. Being able to kind of buy direct from different dealers versus having to go to that third party. That is, it's not like they're in the wrong, but they, obviously they marked it up because they need to make a profit, pay for their shipping, pay for, their time and their energy. But, I get a little bit of a discount there, so I'm not going to sit up and say, well, I pay, $2,000 for his motor. Like, I still got a little bit less. I paid a little bit less than that even for that. But definitely, I would say one of the things starting out is if you have any type of, if you're mechanically inclined at all, you can take an engine apart, put it back together, diagnose what the problem may be. I would definitely buy used. Buy something used. There's no need to really, in the beginning, have to buy something brand new. Unfortunately, like I said, in my situation, I do have all these big mowers, which, it's great, and I know they'll come in handy. But I'm still in need of a 36. I want a 36-inch, like the Skag. I want a Skag 36-inch V-Ride 2 is what I'd like to get next, just so I can get in those smaller backyards. I also have a V-Ride, Skag V-Ride 48-inch stand-on. It's terrific. It's great. I love it. Like, honestly, I used that more last year than I used anything else. That was my go-to mower. So of course this year I bought new tires for it and all that good stuff. I'll tune it up, make sure it's ready to roll before the season. But I still want a 36-inch V-Ride 2. Reason being, like I said, is to get into backyards. Most people here in Nebraska, they have like a little 36-inch gate. A lot of people don't have a 48-inch. So I would definitely say, like I said, another thing is just research. You can't do too much research. As far as like mowers, what's out there, get people's opinions. What do they think about different items? Obviously you gotta kind of filter through the videos that people are talking about different items, because some people are not really paid, I wouldn't say paid, but they may favor a certain brand. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I favor Skag. Why? Mainly because I have a couple and I know they work great. It is what it is, but don't get it twisted. I would also, for a 36-inch, for the right price and the right warranty, I might go elsewhere. Let's be honest. It's all about the mighty dollar, and if you got that warranty that's going to be better than Skag's warranty or something like that, and I'm covered a little bit to where I know you know, this brand like Skag's a well-known brand, they're a good brand, but this other brand saying, hey, you know what, we'll warranty it for, you know, 4 years, or, you know, all the way around, or we'll, you know, the warranty's just way better, and you know you're going to be covered, you know, go with that. Don't go with something just because I'm saying, oh, I love Skag's where it's at. You know, that's not what it's about. What it's about is that mighty dollar. That mighty dollar, it needs to speak to you. It needs to be researched. It needs to be investigated so that you, when you go to make your purchases to start your business, are making smart choices so that you can save as much of that money, that startup money, as possible. Because if you don't think things are going to come up, you're in some serious trouble. I'm telling you, all types of stuff come up. You know, you can be going along just fine, you can hit something, belt breaks, blade breaks, you know, your little spindles that your blades are on. You know, a bearing goes out, or one gets wet just that one time, or it's just too much for it, or anything can come up. So you always got to be prepared for that. You always got to be like, all right, what if this happens? I'm not saying worry yourself to death. Don't worry yourself to death, because trust me, starting a new business, there's enough stress in just that. But I know there's guys out there that they own their mower, they're buying a brand new mower, but you know, they're buying two of them at a time. Then they're buying, you know, your weed trimmer, your backpack blower, all that good stuff, and all of a sudden, now you have to have this many jobs to pay for that. Me personally, like, I don't have to have anything. Like, I own my mowers completely. I own my trailer completely. I own it. The truck that I use for the business, I own it. You know, just like any business, if you own it, it's always better for you. I'm not needing to rent anything. I'm not needing to make payments. I'm not needing to, oh my God, I got to have 30 jobs in order to cover this payment. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, to me, that's just a lot. That's a lot of stress off my back. So that's all I'm saying. Like I said, I just want to make a quick video talking about the mowers. Buying new, buying used, just my opinion here. Like I said, as always, like, subscribe, comment, follow me, you know, get updates or whatever when I do put new videos out, and, you know, keep it going, you know, just let's share this knowledge. If you got something you want to tell me, you think, hey, you know what, you should make a video on this, or hey, you know what, your opinion on that wasn't quite where it probably should be because of this reason. You know, if you're just going to call me and be an ass, don't do it. But if you're going to leave a message and say, hey, you know what, I wouldn't say this or that because I apologize about that noise. If you have an opinion that you have on something I just said, definitely, you know, express it to me in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you're thinking about my videos. If I should change something, or if I should be doing it a completely different way, let me know. But other than that, subscribe, like, and you guys have a good one.